Sup, buckaroos? It's us, the Paper Dungeon. I've never seen buckaroos ever again. It is us, the Paper Dungeon. We are here on a Monday night for something a little special planned for you. It's going to be super fun, I hope. To start things off, normally I would go straight to some like announcements and things like that, but we're gonna do something a little special. We're gonna open some packages that we got from y'all lovely Dungeoneers out there. That will be done by the wonderful Lydia. So you wanna do your stuff, Lydia?
Yeah, give me a sec though. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Where's Grant?
Hello. I'm in a mirror. I've been stuck in here for hours. I'm going to help open gifts.
So much time to prep.
Time
to prep.
I had one and then I lost it.
The first gift comes from an anonymous benefactor. Disclaimer, we haven't seen these yet.
Yes. But hopefully they did a bit more prep with the opening of the package.
Yeah, we got them open, but we haven't looked in them yet.
Mm-hmm.
This one is in a red envelope.
So okay. Ooh.
Wow. Don't block me.
Wow. Drew's like,
hey.
I'm
Wow.
sorry. I'm cringing inside because of Grant.
What?
Hey.
what? Oh, the ASMR unwrapping.
I don't know what's for who, so I apologize if I'm opening your guys' stuff. It's wrapped more!
What is it?
I hope it's a pair of socks. Let it be a pair of socks.
You know, here at the Paper Dungeon, we're excellent at rapping. Somebody drop a beat. Yeah, I'm in the mirror, and that's kind of cool. We're open stuff from
Sorry, I lost the beat.
Too. Yeah.
So, are there more things in this
It's
package
wrapped more!
that has been sent to us?
There's more wrapping?
Because if so, Grant should get started unwrapping the next thing.
Is there more in that one?
Let me check. We have one other package. Can I say who it's from? Looks like there's been a development.
It's a single quarter.
What is that?
Yo!
Yo!
Is that the stuff that I think it is, Lydia?
Oh my gosh, what is it?
Is that the things in the stuff? I think I know what
Tell
this
me,
is.
Tell me verbally what it is.
It's
Oh my gosh, that's so cool!
Yes!
That is so cool!
Yes!
Please say it for the podcast.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, podcast. Okay, it's so Let's Not in Discord and on Twitch has been making crazy art of Between the Rows and making them like tarot cards, and they sent us the literal like card. Dude, they're like.
That looks like legit, like card, like.
They're like actually cards. Like
that's so
feel
sweet.
them. Grant, feel them.
Yo.
Whoa.
Shout out to Let's Not for
It's Matt.
absolutely incredible art. This is so cool.
These are so cool. These
This
must
is
cost
so
money.
cool.
Thank
Ah! Okay.
This is awesome.
you. Moving on.
I'll put these with all my other cards.
It's just rolling.
Okay, here's the instructions.
Okay. Grant,
Yes.
this instructions are for you.
They're for me specifically?
Okay, the light blue bag is DJ's.
Light blue is for DJ. This is DJ's.
And then the green bag is Drew's.
This is Drew's.
And we need to ship it to them.
We need to ship it to them.
The pink bag is mine.
Pink bag. This is for you. Here, take it now. This one's the biggest.
Here,
Yo.
take
Just
it
saying.
now.
Wow.
I think we have a favorite.
And then
I'm just kidding.
the gold bag with teas is yours.
I got teas.
And then the dark blue with the book on the bottom is Aaron's.
Holy crap.
Nice. There it is.
Oh
Dungeons and Dragons
actually
stuff.
a whole book.
Yes.
Bag. Mirror Boy is impressed.
And
Oh my goodness, Grant.
now I know who this one is from. Are we able to say who this is from? Is that an okay thing?
I mean,
I think all the cast members know who it's from.
I'll leave that up to Lydia. I think we can
It
say.
says on here, so sorry this wasn't Faye.
No.
Wait, what?
Well,
huh?
Is it?
Thank you
Is it from
someone
Faye?
who wasn't Faye. Could have been anyone.
It's from Faye though, right? That's the whole thing, right? Right?
Who knows?
We
Lydia?
can't confirm or deny because Faye's not currently in the chat.
We're just gonna have to leave it up to up to the stars themselves because I've got a game to run.
Okay.
Would somebody like to say? Let Mirror Boy share just a few of the things. There's a sticker that says "Bard" for me. There's a cool little. Oh, it's one of those wooden bracelets. There's a flippin' a little book. I don't know what it is.
And then mine has like candles.
In tea.
Yes.
All right.
Mine has a
mirror,
D&D book
mirror
in it, I know
on
that.
the wall. Transport the really awesome, funny, handsome, cool member of the paper dungeon called Grant back to his room.
Down
Thanks,
the hall.
Mirror.
That's the good
Mirror
rhyme.
Boy
is down
signing
the
out.
hall.
Have a great stream, everybody.
Meanwhile, Grant exorcisms across the floor. Hey, while Grant's all, I don't know what happened to Grant. Hopefully Mirror Boy never makes a return. We have our announcements and things that we still need to go through. I'll start just because no one's prepared and everyone's suffering from what just happened. Hey, we have a Discord. It's really awesome and you should be there. It's super cool. You could talk to a whole bunch of other Dungeoneers. We're there all the time. We sometimes stream in the chat and play games with everybody. It's really fun. We also have a website, and on that website is a merch store where you can, oh my goodness, who's this getting in the chair? I don't care and he can't hear us. We have a merch store where you can buy stuff with our logo on it and other cool stuff like that. Lydia also has a merch store where she sells her art and has a commission wait list that is getting trimmed down steadily and swiftly, like a blade through the grass. Hey, Grant,
hey guys, what did I
you want to do
miss?
your obligatory plugs? I know you just got back, but you want to cover the things that you normally cover on streams?
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry, I'm just recalibrating. I just had a strange dream or something. But I snapped out of it. Yeah,
Why,
Patreon,
Grant?
YouTube. Thank you
Why?
for listening. Thank you for watching. Gracias para las views, mis amigos. And I hope you enjoyed today's special episode 70.5 of Campaign 1 Chapter 1, right? Yeah?
Well,
We agreed on
chapter
this?
1.
Yeah, 70.5, the special
episode
exclusive.
70.5.
Yes.
Campaign 1.
So glad you're all here. Also, stop by and see us live sometimes, live Monday evenings and Thursdays. Check the Discord for updates.
It's
Thank
super
you
great.
very much.
And then Lydia, you normally have plugs that you do as well, right?
I have things I do. Guys, you can find us not only here on Twitch, but on other social platforms as well. You can find us on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. Those are the main ones. We're also technically on Facebook.
I'm not sure how that happened.
We don't
I'll be
talk about
100%
that.
Honest.
Yeah, but then it's there.
It's present. Drew, do you have anything that you want to say before we go anywhere? I figured it would be nice to ask you.
I'm really excited for this for tonight's episode, guys.
Drew,
We
you're
haven't.
muted. Oh, no, you're not. Sorry. Keep going.
Wow.
I dislike you.
Wow.
I really
Well,
thought you were.
Anyway, so normally
Are we
when
not
I
gonna
run a
let him
one
say his
shot,
thing?
he said his thing and you cut him off.
Oh, I'm
this is
so
your
sorry.
fault now. Normally when I run a one shot based in Nico Muris, as I am tonight, as evidenced by the 70.5, this is technically my first main campaign episode.
Whoa.
Yeah, we're
Claps for Aaron,
outsourcing
everybody.
the episodes to someone else in the cast just for a half episode. Instead of doing them in the current up to date when we are in the story, I'm gonna reel it back a little bit back to before the events of episode 70. If you haven't caught up to episode 70, that's okay. You will not get spoiled or anything about anything in that episode, but we are going to be at the exact same time as that episode. We are going to be in the midst of the siege of Athala. Our
Whoa.
wonderful players tonight are going to
I'm so
be
excited.
just 3 lonesome orcs in the middle of a battlefield. and I will further give plot points as we go. I'm just going to get right into it. All right, gang. It has been about 30 to 45 minutes since that weird orc that showed up in your like home base back in the Crimson Wastes was basically gave a super rad war speech and was like, charge! And everyone rushed off. Your group was held back a bit. You are younger orcs, not children, like you are past the age of 6, but you certainly wouldn't be considered like very incredibly experienced veterans of the battlefield yet. But kind of as an initiation or learning experience for you all, you have been asked to hold back a little bit by the Tanar of Ilnavol, Kogan, the Cursed Eye, the kind of commander of the battlefields, the great overseer, the tactician of the Orcish Tanar. You are currently standing, watching the battlefield unfurl before you. Chaos reigns over the entrance to Athala. I'm just going to ask you guys to kind of introduce your characters, maybe give a little bit of what your character looks like. You don't need to go super in depth into the backstory because you're like 9. So
Sure.
All orcish backstories are pretty much the same. You fought and now you're here. Ta-da! Like that's yeah, I did it. There's your backstories. How about, I know Grant, you're just raring to go. Could you please tell us who you are, kind of what you look like, what type of orc you are, stuff like that.
Okay. My name is Kargog the Vanisher. I learned early on that, well, I'm not as good as the strong fighting stuff, so I use my intelligence, see? And I sneak up behind people and I rip them limb from limb. But I can only do that if they don't know I'm coming, He's wearing like dark blue and black armor. And he has actually white shoulder length hair, which is a bit odd for an orc, but he does have that. And he also, let's say he has tusks.
Yep. You're an orc.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And he's a darker complexion orc. He has darker grayish skin.
And you are a child of Shargaz, if I have that correct. I'm going to follow you up with another child of Shargaz. Drew, could you please kind of tell us your name, what you look like?
Yeah.
If you want to give some deep explanation as to how you fight, like Grant did, you're welcome to.
Cut to, we don't need to delve into deep backstory stuff. Grant,
I'm so
my job is to play D&D. I'm gonna play it, okay?
But I will be playing Brock the Silencer, who is he's an orc, a very kind of more of a lean build than kind of stocky, kid, big and bulky. Not wearing any sort of armor. Doesn't really even have a shirt on. Just has like some pants and like kind of loose baggy pants on, with like a quarterstaff strapped to his back. He's just vibing, having a great time.
Awesome. And then last of all, the odd one out of the like orc sub races, Lydia, who are you? Kind of what do you look like? What's your vibe? What's your orcish influence and stuff like that?
I'm going to be playing Pyro. Pyro is on the shorter side of the orcs, but still taller than Tarak. And she has this like fiery red hair, but it's like at this weird kind of bob thing kind of falling in her face, but the ends of her hair are like burned and like charred up. But it like strands do like hang in front of her
Very,
face.
like fringy almost.
Yeah. She's got like almost like ember eyes. They got like this kind of glow to them, and like one of them is constantly like twitching. And she's pretty strong, but she is a wildfire druid.
Excellent.
Also to clarify, because apparently it's really important, my character's bald. Just so you know. No.
Awesome. That's sweet. We've got bald, we got long white hair, and we got kind of like
stand
all the
bald
different
kings
heights of the
and
red
queens. We stand bald
Um,
of all types.
Bald royalty.
hair.
Bald royalty.
Before you stands Kogan the Cursed Eye. One of the Tanar, obviously larger, even just obtaining the title of Tanar enhances their physical abilities and makes them absolute units. Kind of like a bluish purple skin, just dark black hair. The most striking thing about Kogan, first off, he still has all of his fingers, which is a rarity. Second off, he has like vibrant purple eyes that just no emotion is seen through them, but they like pierce you to your core. And he says, also, all of this is in Orcish, so you'll be hearing it how the orcs would hear it instead of the very guttural, like 2 seconds worth of speech. And Kogan says, "You three, this is going to be a very important learning experience for you. This is kind of a trial. We hope that by doing this, you can learn some very viable and important lessons for the future." People are screams in the background. But Kogan is kind of long-winded for orcs. This is not the first time you've heard this speech, but it basically ends with him just saying, "Your task for this battle, you must assist both I and Gorza, the wretched worm. There is a target that you must reach, lure away the guards, and then we shall take out the opponent. The guards will be your responsibility." You see him point off into the distance. People are being thrown into the air. You see the like group that consists of the juggernauts and the shield bearers just bum rushing through the front lines. They have about a mile to go still.
It's like an orcish dance, but with even more death.
Yeah, except the intent is to kill the other person. It's just a slight change. Yeah. And you see very far off in the distance what appears to be a commander of sorts for the enemies. Mind you, the current army consists of like the Black Guard, these like undead, shredded, buff soldiers. Just absolutely terrifying. Not for you, but you can see behind you the like other soldiers, if you could call them that, the ones that aren't orcs, shaking in their boots. And you see heavy armor, kind of like a scarf that covers like just below the nose, all the way down to like mid chest. Helmet with a big plume, and he's just like pointing out things. Every once in a while he picks from a pile of spears and just throws it, and it like impales an orc through the chest. Next to him you can see there are 2 or 3 creatures roaming around. It's actually harder to make out the details of them because they are much smaller than this commander. Kogan says, "Frankly, I don't care how you reach them, but I will be giving you a commander's prerogative. As you go there, you may encounter difficulties. It is your job to assess them, solve the problem, and continue moving. Also, there may be opportunities for you. Take them. That's your job. You're an orc. You should know how to do that by now. I shouldn't have to tell you. I don't even know why I am. So, go on. We'll be ready whenever we see that you have accomplished your goal." And you see briefly he looks up, his eyes flare with a bright purple, and you see an entire unit of orcs is shifted about 120 feet to the left into just a severely much more advantageous position.
That's so cool.
This is this is how it's going to go. So it will take you roughly 4 to 5 rounds. I'm not going to be keeping track of turns or anything, but you will encounter difficulties. The first of which, I assume, I'll head out. Is there anything you would like to do?
Can I role play?
You absolutely may.
Yes.
Kakrog the Vanisher.
Do you smell that? Do you?
I smell a lot of things.
It's the smell of blood. See, this
That's
is
one
our
of them.
chance. This is our chance. Our chance to maybe get another name. I'm on my 4th, see?
Okay, my favorite
Brock.
thing about this
4?
is I thought Brock was the silencer, not the silent, which is even better.
You're on your 4th name too? Oh, I could have sworn I've killed more people. I've been more impressive, right? Guess not.
For the like podcast listeners, I'm just going to narrate what Brock does. So just in the future.
Love it.
Brock
Pyro.
gives a thumb up.
What?
Which name are you on?
I just have one right now.
Huh. Let's get your 2nd.
Brock gives a disconcerted look.
I have a craving for death.
Oh, well.
Brock raises both fists in the air in celebration.
Then let's go like, feed ya. Okay.
Excellent.
My
Brock
hands
fist
just light up
pumps
in fire,
begins
and I
to
just
run.
run in.
All of you begin to move onto the battlefield. The first, you are navigating through relatively quickly. You're still towards the back lines of the orcs. The first obstacle that you come up against, you see within your tribe. Your tribe was one of the 3 largest in the Crimson Wastes. So you have several like orcish heroes almost. Like those that have really made a name for themselves in the Wastes. The first one that you stumble across is Garag Twobone. Currently, Garag is with one hand fending off some soldiers, and with the other one doing nothing because his arm ends about halfway up his forearm. And then just jutting out of the remainder of that skin is the 2 bones of his forearm that have been sharpened into points. And so he's just thrusting the like 2 bones of his forearm into the enemy. He currently has a person just wholly impaled on it, and has another one in his left hand. But he sees you and shouts out, "The defensive outcropping! I'm having trouble getting through! Find a way!" Before you, you can see a line of shields up against kind of a stone that juts out. Gorag appears to be having trouble getting past the shields. Not an uncommon thing for someone of Gorag's demeanor. This is one of his weaknesses. How would 1 or 2 or 3 of you like to get rid of this wall? Brock raises his hand.
I am going to use a key point.
Ooh.
To use Step of the Wind.
Fantastic.
Which doubles my jump distance.
I'm loving this.
So with not even like skipping a beat, Brock is just full speed, and you actually see him like starting to gain speed as he gets closer, and then he just vaults himself over the shield wall, and then just busts in from behind.
Excellent. Can you please make I will allow either a strength athletics or an acrobatics check. Okay. Would the other 2 of you like to do anything as well?
I can't do that. Can you?
I can't jump like that.
Okay, I got it.
And I'm gonna actually, I'm gonna cast Erupting Earth.
I love it.
Oh my gosh.
Excellent.
We're starting like that, huh?
That's how we're starting.
All you need to do, mark off that spell slot. So since we're not like in combat, the whole like numbers and stuff doesn't super matter. What matters is the actions taken. Are you targeting the shield wall? Are you just trying to make a big explosion? Like, what are you looking to do with it?
The shield wall, and then anything else I can get in that 20-foot cube.
Awesome. Brock, I'm assuming you needed to grab your dice. That would be my guess. Awesome. Brock nods. Caprog, you can choose to do something right now. Or you could choose to roll a d4.
Oh boy. Okay. Okay.
I rolled a 19 on, by the way, for acrobatics.
That's hot.
That's such a strange choice to give me.
Well,
it makes me wonder, why would I ever choose the D4 when it's your D4? I'll try to sneak past the line.
Okay, make a stealth check for me.
I mean,
I will give you advantage because Brock and Pyro absolutely crushed it.
Awesome.
Basically, just for reference, how exactly this is going in my mind. If you choose to expend like a full resource, like a spell slot or an ability that has a limited use per day, that will just take effect. If you choose to perform like a skill check or something like that, then you're going to have to roll for that. So for Brock and Caprog doing the like flips and the sneak and stuff, those are the checks, spell slot, so on and so forth.
Sounds good.
So Caprog, how did you do on your stealth?
I rolled 19 for stealth.
19. Excellent. So you and Brock hitting the same kind of DC level. Brock, you actually run towards Gorag, vault off. He raises the fist pike into the sky, and you vault off of the person who's currently trying to like take them off of their like Gorag's arm. You do a beautiful flip. For a moment, a warbat swoops down from above, and you're just right next to each other. And then you break off in opposite directions.
Nice.
You land, and for a moment, the whole shield wall is just going.
Exactly. I'd like to think while they're watching him, there's an above ground shot, and under you can just see
Absolutely.
Korag, Naruto sneaking. Like as they're all watching from above, he just sneaks past the line.
My
under
favorite thing
him.
is we've pronounced your name 4 different ways, and we're only 30 minutes in.
What did I say?
You've said Kergog, Kerog, and I've said Kakrog,
It's Kakrog.
which is how it's spelled.
It's Kakrog.
So Kaprog, you sneak in basically just underneath the shields. You do a sick slide as they're all looking above. Together, you and Brock land. Immediately as you shove, the entire like defensive outcropping of stone explodes upwards, and you just shove the wall into that shower of stone.
Pyro's eye twitches.
The moment the kind of dust and smoke clears, you see Gorag throw the body off of his arm and just take the other one as a shield and begin to run through. You can sense that he would be giving you a thumbs up if he still had a right hand.
He gives us a wink as he runs by.
He's like, "Hey, nice work. I'll remember this." He immediately stabs someone in the throat and keeps running. You have overcome the first obstacle with finesse. You proceed onwards toward your destination. Also, if at any point in time you have the desire to throw in a little thing extra, if you want to do something that you think will assist you, or just role play for fun, interrupt me. I'm just going down my list of things to accomplish. So don't be afraid to actually play D&D, as Grant said.
Fourth
ahead of
name,
you.
here I come.
I do imagine, Kakrog, you do keep a hold of one of the people that you shoved in and just like turn him upside down and drench yourself with blood real quick and then throw him aside and keep running.
Love it. My hair is now red.
Yep.
How
Your
about
thirst
that?
for blood. Hey, you match Pyro.
Hey.
Seeing two of them now matching hair color, I as I run past somebody who happens to be also a redhead, I just grab a chunk of their head, of their hair, and just put it on, on my head.
The awkward thing is that's the person that Gorag stabbed in the neck, so that just whole head comes with it.
That's so gross, dude.
Welcome to Orcish
Thanks
Warfare,
for the
everybody.
prime,
It's not
Skyros.
You head forward. As you're running, of course, there's the sounds of battle, sword against shield, spears against flesh, all sorts of arrows whistling through the air, and the caw of warbats above you. Another noise joins the cacophony. As you approach your destination further, you hear a foo, 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 foo. A war machine is in front of you. Massive, sweeping, spinning blades are in front of it, like a human lawnmower. And it is just crushing through the front lines. The shield bearers are actually managing to hold their ground in some regards, but great just swaths of orcs are just getting swept into these blades, chewed up and thrown out.
I just picture those like giant shop machines from the movie Robots.
Pretty similar,
like,
except if you turn
like
those
grabbing.
claws sideways and just have them spin.
Yeah.
This is your next obstacle. You can see a Logren of many deaths, another one of your orcish heroes. This one, a child of Ilnaval. You would think that the many deaths is relating to the enemies he's killed. No, Lograth just doesn't die. Or more to be honest, he does die, and then he just gets back up again. Basically just refusing death. You see him get caught by a blade, flung off, partially dismembered. And then a couple seconds later, he just runs at it again.
Oh,
you're not sure how Logren is alive, but that's been a question for a very long time. People have just stopped asking. How would the three of you like to overcome this obstacle? Would you like to do anything?
Okay, I hold out.
Optionally, one of you could choose to roll a d4.
Can I do the D4?
You absolutely may.
Boy.
I point to Kakrog.
Yes.
Huh. Oh.
Oh, Brock flexes and points at Kakrog.
I can try. I'm not that strong. I'm not sure what you're trying to say to me. Words. How many words?
Brock scratches his chin in great thought. Pyro, you can roll that d4 if you'd like.
Are you looking for someone strong?
Brock points at Pyro with a hey look.
I mean, I'm not the strongest of the bunch, but I'm stronger than him.
Brock points with realization. Brock runs. He points at the war machine and makes an attacking motion.
I think he's saying that he's gonna run at the thing.
And then we hit it. I can hit it.
See?
I can
gives
hit
a
it.
thumbs up with an okay and begins to run very quickly.
So, DM, to clarify, my goal is to get the thing's attention and lure it into an advantageous position for Pyro and Kakrog to attack it.
I will absolutely allow this. Do you have a specific ability check in question? I would recommend using charisma of some kind. I would also allow you to make just a flat intelligence check.
Okay, let's see. I would rather do flat intelligence.
What did you get on
Do
that?
I still do it even when I'm helping
if
with
you
this?
want to participate in the attack with Kakrog, no. But
I want to participate.
okay, excellent. I'll just keep those.
You'll
D4s
get
at
that
the ready.
D4. You'll get it.
One of these days.
Don't worry.
One of these days it'll happen. So please roll that intelligence, Brock. How are you two going to theoretically once it's distracted, depending on how that goes? Brock, how you doing?
Oh boy, I don't suppose I would have advantage for any reason.
No, just tell me what the number is.
2.
Nice.
Within.
It absolutely works. Now here's the problem, Brock. By the time it works, you're basically inside of these blades.
Love it.
So you get its attention, absolutely.
Okay, great.
The commanders that are on top of this vehicle absolutely are like, oh, that orc looks like he has a plan. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw with disadvantage.
Okay.
Pyro.
Okay, so this is like how big is this machine thingy?
Poof. You know, it's like probably 2 semi-trucks side to side.
Okay. And then how far out do these like what distance are we at from it?
Oh, whatever is most advantageous to you.
Because if it gets once it gets within 60 feet,
Yep.
I'd like to do heat metal on wherever the people manning the machine are at.
I would love this.
Ooh.
And if you are doing that, Brock, you will only have to make this save with a normal roll. Please ignore that disadvantage. Kakrog, what are you doing in this situation? Things are not going well for Brock. He laughs silently.
Would it be possible for me to, like, you know, kind of sneak around a bit, or at least to the side a bit?
Mm-hmm.
And could I try to hit one of the drivers? Because you said there were 2, right?
Yes, there are 2 drivers.
Could I hit one of them with a short bow? And would it be considered being surprised if they haven't been hit with anything else yet?
Yeah, I'll allow you to make an attack with advantage, and you'll get sneak attack with it.
Okay.
Brock, how you doing?
Okay, so I rolled at first with disadvantage. I got a 6 and a 12 on die, and then I was allowed not disadvantage, so I just re-rolled the whole thing and got another 6.
Nice.
So 14.
Okay, 14. You will take some damage, but it will be halved.
Nice.
Look, you have trained by dodging the gnashing teeth of sandworms.
Mm-hmm.
This has a regular pattern. This isn't a living creature. So you're able to dodge it. Kind of. It clips you still. It's not like you're neoing the bullets or anything.
I get in like a ready stance, and then a blade just comes at me from my blind spot. I'm like, oh no.
Yep. You just you kind of turn over it, like when you get hit by a car, you like hit and then roll.
Yeah.
That's you. So it doesn't like cut you, it just kind of throws you around. You will take 7 slashing damage.
Okay.
Pyro.
Yeah.
How does Pyro cast
That's not
their
me.
spells?
I
want to know this.
So Pyro has
Put
a
you on the spot.
yeah, she has like, I don't remember what I chose for her focus. Basically, her hands start to glow, her eyes glow, and even like the edges of her hair kind of float a little bit as they're kind of burning a bit. And her eye twitches.
Fantastic. So Pyro, your eye twitches. The ends of your hair light on fire, kind of like you know how pieces of paper, when you light them on fire, go up because heat rises. That's just what the end of your hairs are doing. Little tiny sparks and flames light on the edge of your bangs. You focus on the metal contraption that these people are riding, and for a brief moment, you're like, "Oh, I wonder if anything's happening." And then one of them kind of starts to shift a little. And they say something, they're chatting it up, like nothing is wrong here.
Just another
and then
day.
They lean over and they're like, what? And then suddenly you start to see smoke rising as their shoes begin to melt. And it's just leather, so it's like burning through the soles. And then when one of them turns and is looking at the floor, you just see one of them just get I assume Kakarog, how did you do?
I got a 16 to hit.
Okay, that'll hit.
Yes. So this is good for me.
Yep, roll your damage.
So I wanna be clear here. Because of the sneak attack, I get 3d6 damage, and thanks to assassinate, if a creature is surprised and they haven't done a turn in combat yet.
We're not even in turn, so it counts as a crit.
Oh, it counts as a crit, and so I get to roll 1 extra damage die.
Because
it counts as a crit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Nice.
So that'll be first off. What are you using as a weapon?
I'm using a short bow,
which is a D8.
A D6.
D6.
D6. So let's just figure out the crit. So 6, 6, 12, 18, 24, 30. You'll deal 30 damage off the bat.
Holy crud.
Yeah.
That's how we did crits here, remember?
Yeah, and then I roll
And then you roll 46.
46 on top of that because it's sneak attacking. Oh, okay. 2 plus 4, 6 plus 4 is 10 plus 6 is 16, and then plus the modifier 3 is 19 damage on top of that, so 49 damage.
Yeah. So you just
Holy
like
crap.
creep. Kakarog, you are small enough and sneaky enough that you are actually underneath the blades of this thing. You've got a clear shot from underneath the vehicle. There's just an open gap in the machinery. You see the metal start to smoke and get red, and you just go, and it goes through the blades without getting touched. What the rest of you
blades
see,
like spin over the
arrow, and then the arrow just manages to sneak through the gaps and perfectly through the machine. The whole machine is smoking at this point in time from that heat metal. One of them straight up just bails off the side, and the other one just falls over. You're not sure why, but then like 10 seconds later, the arrow falls back down to the ground, and you're like, oh shoot, that just fully went through a person and then just fell because of gravity.
That's so sick.
Slowly the blades begin to whir down. You see Alogren, completely unaware that you three have done anything, cheer as though Alogren has accomplished something great, and then just starts ripping metal blades off of the spinning bits and just throwing them at random opponents.
I love how committed orcs are. They just do
absolutely.
anything.
They're in. Alogren will say that the great metal beast has died just because of his sheer presence and tenacity. But you three will know that you're a part of this story. In fact, you're the majority of it. The next obstacle is up ahead.
As we're running, I give Pyro and Kakrog some thumbs up.
Excellent. Thank you for not forcing me to narrate. One of the three of you, please roll a d4. You don't get a choice.
Me.
Yeah, you can do it, Pyro.
Pyro, this is your time.
You got this.
4.
I noticed this time we didn't have an option.
4. Well, look, you did the first two and you didn't choose to use the d4, so now we get one in between the obstacles.
I'm excited.
Pyro, you're presented with a momentary opportunity. You see, as you're running, Brock ripping ahead of you, weaving through the lines, just every once in a while punching someone or hitting them with a stick. Kakrog, you think Kakrog might have eaten someone's face. You're not sure, but also that isn't that weird. While those two are distracted, you see something strange. A group of relatively unassuming enemy soldiers are they're looking shifty-eyed around. Between the four of them, there appears to be a crate. And it looks as though they're going to attempt to open said crate. What do you do?
I want to open said crate.
I'm guessing it's a wooden crate.
No, it's made of solid metal.
Oh, heck yes!
Can I run up and then
Fireball.
just burning hands?
You absolutely can. Once again, count off one of those spell slots. The Kakrog, Brock, for a moment you lose Pyro in the menagerie of pain and suffering that's going on around you. Limbs are flying places. Most of them are just because undead aren't exactly well-maintained bodies. Every once in a while, it is an orcish limb, but they're fine. They're used to that. Sometimes it's purposeful. Like, what are you going to do? You just see as a cone of fire appears, and you're like, oh, found Pyro. The box is unscathed. These poor four basic soldiers, these were basically commoners that were just kind of like, okay, well, I guess we're doing this.
Oh no.
They're gone. They're ash in the wind at this point. A metal crate lies before you.
I want to open it.
Okay, excellent. You head over to the crate. As you lay your hands on it, you can tell that it is slightly vibrating.
Does it make a noise?
But not constantly.
It's alive.
I want to open it.
Excellent. You
Be
flip
careful.
the latch. It takes you a little bit, but it's just because it's a weird latch. It's not even locked, but it's like a dog kennel almost.
Catcroc hides behind Brock.
Pyro, you peek open. The moment that there is an inch gap, the lid just off. Can you please make a Constitution saving throw?
Yeah.
Oh boy. It's a mimic. It's a mimic brick.
That's a 16.
Fantastic. So you will save. Okay. You will take 10 necrotic damage. That's halved.
What?
As what leaps out of the crate bites you in the neck. You have never seen a creature like this, but it bites you in the neck, and then you think that it looks at you. This is a strange, it's almost like cat-like, but with the muscles and like skeletal structure of like a dog. It has 13 eyes that rim this entirely circular face and mouth, and it does have two like human-like opposable thumb arm hands that come out of its back. Its tail is long and appears to just have a full snake attached to the end of it. You're not sure what the deal is with that. This is some weird abomination manticore. And it looks at you, and now that it has tasted your blood, it has imprinted upon you.
Oh god.
And it looks at you for direction.
Wait, what?
I'm gonna name you Sparky.
You just got a pet?
What would you like Sparky to do? Sparky is an entire. It has sentience. So if you give it a basic order, it will follow that through to the end of until whenever you tell it to stop.
Can I ride Sparky?
Sparky is not quite big enough to ride. It is
Dang
roughly
it.
the size of probably like a golden retriever.
Okay,
maybe
yeah.
a bit bigger.
That would be
Smaller than a
really
lion.
bad for me to ride. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You just got a pet from rolling a d4.
Well, yeah, it's a momentary opportunity.
It was Aaron's d4.
You can just give it a vague option, like literally just kill everything in this direction. And it will do its best to accomplish that order if you would like. If you would like to have give it an order of return to me when I call or something like that, you can do that.
You can make it cuddle with you.
You could make it cuddle with you. That is true. It's a very lovable creature.
Guard me.
Excellent.
Oh.
Sparky, instead of immediately choosing to eviscerate enemies, will now follow at a vague general distance, and anything that begins to target you, it will attempt to take it out. So you see sometimes someone will like raise a crossbow and then they're just gone, and you're not going to question how they died. You're just going to assume that they're dead.
Dang. What?
The other two, Pyro rejoins you. Strange disappearances are happening. You're like, watch out, and then just nothing happens. And you're like, I'm just not going to question it. Crazy things happen all the time. You see Vontra Stormseeker, one of the greatest mages of the Orcish regime, a child of Ilmaval, very adept at storm skills, summoning lightning and fire and acid rain from the sky, is currently doing battle with a platoon of mages. They have basically encircled Vontra and are casting all manner of spells. Some of them she takes on the chin. Other times she is firing back. But currently they will overwhelm her if nothing is done. One of you has the choice of either rolling a d4. The rest of you, what do you choose to do? Do you choose to engage? Who would like to do what?
So to clarify, we are against a group of mages. How many mages are we talking?
Probably about 12 to 13.
Okay, I'll go ahead and do the d4 this round.
Okay. Brock, Pyro, the d4 has been claimed. What would you two like to be for your action?
This sounds like an episode of Survivor.
Oh my god, it does.
Okay, so to
Yeah.
clarify, it's one mage or how many mages?
There's around 13 of them currently encircling one orcish mage.
Okay.
She has surrounded herself with a storm sphere, and is just firing lightning at the surrounding people.
Okay.
Um,
Well, I'm just gonna run up and just get towards the perimeter and then just run around the perimeter of these people and just
like a speed bag. Okay, I will allow multiple things. I would allow either um, just a basic attack roll.
Okay.
Or, and I'll tell you right now that the DC will be a little bit different for this. If you would like to make a dexterity performance check, different effects will occur. I don't know if you're proficient in performance. It might just be a straight dexterity.
I am not proficient in performance, unfortunately. So I'm just.
But do you want to try it?
I'm.
You could try it. It might be cool.
Could be cool, Drew.
Why not? For you, Aaron,
I'm
the
so
world.
excited.
D&D.
I'm so excited.
We're playing D&D.
Pyro, you see Brock about to absolutely run these mages fade. What would you like to do? You could also choose to assist Brock if you would like, or you can do your own thing. Either one is completely acceptable.
Brock, aim high, I aim low, and then I'm gonna do Flame Blade, and I'm gonna run in the circle down at the bottom.
Are you going
Yes.
opposite directions?
Mhm.
This is
so
sick.
cool.
I will allow the same thing. This is magic for you.
Mhm.
So I would allow either an attack roll of Flame Blade, or I will allow you to make a Wisdom performance check.
I'm gonna do this. Which one are you gonna do?
I did.
Drew.
I did a performance check.
Okay, I'm gonna do just a straight attack roll.
Excellent. Please roll your die. Kakra, what did you get on that D4?
I got a 4.
Fantastic. I'll get to you in a moment. Pyra, Brock, how are you doing on that performance / attack roll?
I got a 16.
16.
24.
Okay,
You
excellent.
know what's funnier than 24?
25. I will start with Pyro. Pyro, this is classic for you. This is easy peasy. Flame Blade is a very well-known spell of yours. In fact, it's one of the spells that gained you your name, Pyro the Maniac. You are just slicing tendons. You're burning through people.
Oh.
Half the mages collapse on one side. Immediately as their attacks fall, you see that Vantra is given a moment to kind of further the attack on the other side where Brock is. Brock, you see an opportunity. Vantra casts a spell, moving her hands throughout the air, chanting in Orcish, and a bolt of lightning happens, just arcing through the enemy. And for a brief moment, you're like, I choose to believe. Oh, hi, DJ makes a guest appearance.
Sorry, I couldn't make it.
I forgive you.
from work.
We're doing
Everybody
the Siege
in
of
chat
Asala
say
right
hello.
now.
You guys are saying, but you guys are all lovely. Hi, TPT fans. You guys are all
Okay,
great. Happy
bye.
to see you.
Way to interrupt my sick monologue.
I love you,
Classic
DJ. I know you can't hear me.
They say hi and that we love you.
For
Tell him that I hug
a
him.
brief moment,
not.
the lightning courses next to you, and you actually jump and place a foot on the bolt of lightning itself.
What?
And for a moment, you and this coursing lightning are one. The wind at your back, your blade, the lightning itself, and you slash and almost dance around the other side and glide to a stop. At finishing the circle, you and Pyro basically back to back, blade of flame and blade and lightning in the other hand, basically forming the exact weaponry of a Balrog. Come to think of it.
Her eye
As
twitches.
this Yeah.
That is the most
Which is a
anime
bit.
sequence that has ever happened on
Dog.
the Paper Dungeon.
Let's go, Drew.
When I DM, physics is a myth. I don't care how
Rooted
lightning
in truth
actually
there.
works. Kakrog, you're standing there and you're like, "Whew, I'm about to get in this." You see off in the distance to your left,
Huh?
towards the front line, standing tall above the enemy, swinging around a massive blade, Vark Garim, the Tanar of Gromsh. One eye, his other one having been gouged out previously, and then repaired, the one that he currently has repaired by those adventurers who arrived in your encampment. And you see a whole, like, massive, I can't remember, what are the massive, like a harpoon launcher, basically. I can't remember the name of it.
A ballista?
A ballista. A full ballista is aimed at Vark Garim, and the bolt flies off.
No.
You have one moment. What do you do about this bolt that is heading towards them?
You already know what I have to do. But first I have a couple questions, because I don't know if I know what I'm going to do yet. First question. How far away is this again?
Whatever is most optimal for you.
Well, it's probably pretty unlikely that I can physically get there in
Oh,
time,
you absolutely
right?
can.
I can.
Yes. I would not
Oh.
offer you an option if that, with so little information, if you couldn't do whatever you wanted with it.
Here's what I would like to attempt to do. I would like to attempt to get there, and this might be a stretch. Would it be at all possible to flank the flying ballista with the freaking, like, Shargos guy or whatever he is?
With Vark Garim?
Yeah, that guy.
What would you like the effect of this to be? Do you want to?
I'd like to try to knock it away.
Okay, that is absolutely acceptable. This is going to be an incredible feat. I can't let you flank it because
okay, that's understandable.
It's you and a bolt.
Right.
Please make an attack roll with disadvantage.
Oh my gosh, is this the wrong choice?
You know the unfortunate thing about this? I am built for this. I should be like, if I were doing this, it'd be easy. It's just, I stand in front of it, deflect missiles.
I'm really nervous. Okay, let's see. Oh, dang it!
Not good.
I rolled a 15, then a 1.
Oh, that's not good, buddy.
I know, and it makes me really nervous. This is why you don't roll a d4.
So you
All right, so what happens,
see,
DM?
it's like in slow motion.
I'm using a short sword, by the way.
This is absolutely acceptable. In slow motion, you hear the thump as this ballista bolt is launched towards the back of Vark Garim. You hear Shargos whisper in your mind that you must do something to save, or at least you're not sure if it would kill Vark Garim, but it would be a major hindrance, and Vark may fall because of this.
Now's my time. Fourth name, here I come.
The bolt overhead, and you jump. You draw your short sword, and you're like, got it.
You're mine.
You swing about 2 seconds early, and the bolt just impales you.
Huh?
On the bright side,
I just picture like he jumps and he just gets ragdoll backwards.
Yeah, like in his mind, it's super cool. Like he jumps, he gets ready, he prepares, he slashes.
Yeah,
and then really he just gets wrecked.
Your storytelling is my favorite thing.
So, Kakrog, you go up, you swing, you're like, oh crap. It just hits you full, like, and you manage to turn your body slightly, and then you just get full impaled in the side. You'll
that
take
slow motion
20
is so
damage.
Ooh.
But on the bright side, you do slow.
The freaking guy.
Can you also, just real quick, can you make either a dexterity acrobatics or a strength athletics check for me?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so one of the options was Dex Acrobatics, the other was
Strength athletics.
Oh, I'll do Dex Acrobatics. Okay. Oh gosh. Is this a saving throw or no? Just
It's,
check.
it's a check.
Okay. Well, that's a 13.
Are you proficient in acrobatics?
Yes.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
And my dex is my highest stat. I didn't roll great.
So you get hit by this, and you're not that far above the ground. Like you didn't have to like leap bodily into the air. You were like maybe 18 inches off the ground, like total.
Mm-hmm.
Like you were pretty high up, but not that bad.
Mm-hmm.
And so your first thought as it hits you is, this is going to hurt a lot. Your second thought is, I should at least make this look good.
Oh, 1,000. That's all he's thinking about, right?
Exactly.
I'm honestly, I'm just happy that I flippin' saved the guy. That was the whole point, right?
Yes. Can I also ask you just real quick, what's your passive performance?
Passive
This is a weird question.
10
9.
plus charisma.
Awesome.
So negative
so
1 modifier on that.
You jump up, it catches you in the side. You manage to like plant your feet and do a weird, it's hard to like cartwheel or roll to like stop yourself towards the ground, but you try, but you have a whole like spear in your side.
I look like one of those, you know,
So
the thing. Is it called a compass where you put the little needle on the paper that can help you draw a circle? That's what I look like right now, just spinning around. I guess.
So you do manage to kind of eventually stop the like sliding on the ground. You're like maybe 10 feet away from Varkarem by the time you stop. And you kind of try to look like you're in a weird like Naruto pose where you're like, don't worry, that you like have one arm around the ballista bolt, the other hand is to the ground, and you're like kneeling, and you're like, I caught it. And you look up, and Varkarem, first of all, Varkarem knows that this was not the plan.
Mm-hmm.
But Varkarem appreciates the enthusiasm.
Nice.
So hey, you tried. But Varkarem was not affected by the bolt, so the mission was in and of itself accomplished.
I would do anything. And he starts pulling the ballista out with his bare hands and yelling.
You just scream into the sky. You see Varkarem picks up the ballista bolt from you and throws it through 3 approaching black guard, and then grabs another one and just rips it in half. And he says, I think you have a journey, a young commander.
Yes, and he vanishes in the shadows.
Excellent. The two of you are standing scorched earth in a circle where you were. Caprog rejoins you with a ballista-sized hole in his side.
Can I cast Cure Wounds on him?
You absolutely can. Vantra
you
says,
know it's truly me because of you can feel the hole in my side.
You get 8 back, Grant.
Jesus references in the past like 2 days.
How much did I get back?
8.
Thank you so much.
Fantastic.
Grant, about where would that put you out of you know a
Max
number?
health?
26 out of 38, I would say roughly.
Okay, that's not that bad.
That's not that bad.
Yeah, I'm at 28 out of 38. Look at us.
Vantra, who is still standing in the middle of that like storm and lightning swirling around her, says, you did well. I didn't know that you could stand on lightning. Very impressive. And then she just flies into the sky and starts just throwing lightning bolts down towards the ground.
Nice.
The next obstacle approaches. You hear the thunder of hooves. Not the ones you're used to. Of course, the breakers of Bogtra have been swarming through the field, causing chaos. A cavalry unit that appears to be focused on the breakers of Bogtra approaches rapidly. No time to think. One of you may choose to roll a d4, specifically Drew, because the other two already have. The other two, how do you, or all 3 of you if you would like, how would you like to deal with these cavalry? Pyro.
You can go first, Pyro. I have to look at my items.
Am I able to get in kind of like a line in front of this unit coming forward?
Absolutely.
I want to do that, and I want to do Scorching Ray, just like, just like either
Fantastic.
like right as they hit that line.
Okay, you can absolutely do that. Brock, Kakrog, what are you choosing?
I rolled a 3 on my D4.
I'll get to you in a moment. Kakrog.
I would like to run something by you. I have an idea. Could Kakrog use his, abilities regarding stealth to use the shadows?
Yes, absolutely.
And could he get in a position, like near where the horses are about to gallop over? And can he use his bag of 1,000 ball bearings to cast them and get advantage on placement because he's hidden? And could I cast them in front of the horses to attempt to...
I will. Okay, I love what you're doing here. I'm down. So first off, are you
I don't
going
know
to
quite
be
how
using,
this would work.
So one of the things that a Child of Shard Gods has access to is their like Cloak of Shadows. Are you going to be using that race ability?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. That solves a problem. That's a resource expended that you can't get back. It's a daily thing. Not even an issue. Because you're expending a spell slot and using an ability, no dice are necessary to roll here.
Even if we're making the horses slip on the ball bearings?
Both of you, absolutely. Could both of you please roll a d20 and just tell me what the number is?
Honestly, that was way easier than I thought it'd be.
Brock, you hear the stampede of cavalry units headed towards you, thrusting aside smaller orcs in their way. You see an orc full-on catch a horse and then just throw it about 20 feet backwards.
Nice.
Oh my gosh.
In the midst of this, coming out of the wreckage of one of their war machines, you hear a noise. It is the noise of a trapped warbat, a very valuable resource for the orcs. Currently, its reins are entangled in this messed up, just bundle of wood and metal that was once some form of siege machine. The warbat is there. It's trapped.
Lydia is currently
what would you choose to do? It is maybe 10 feet. Like by the time you would get to it and perform an action, it is right where the horses are going to be stampeding.
Okay.
Do you choose to do something? Do you choose to
what
is it
trapped by?
What would you like? Currently, it's like reins and the harness are entangled in this machinery. You see one of the riders of Shargaz, one of the bat breeders, broken off to the side, where clearly something went wrong. Either they tried to do a fancy maneuver and it did not work, or it succeeded and this was just the outcome.
Okay. I will run over to the warbat.
Whoa.
Yeah, make the noise. Do the thing.
And I will attempt to get the reins free.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I'll just ask for a sleight of hand check.
Okay.
Please tell me the bat breeder's name is Brad, so it can be Brad the bat breeder.
Brock, how you doing there? Not great is what it sounds like.
Yeah, it doesn't sound
Well, it would be a 6, but it's a natural 1, so...
Okay. Can I also ask for an animal handling check?
The bat goes...
that'll be a 13.
13. Okay. So...
I hate it.
First off, Kakrog, Pyro. You get into your positions. Pyro, you slip along the side, ready to catch that line as they basically form a flying V of cavalry. Kakrog, you get right next to where you know that they would run directly past you.
Somehow I'm hiding in this grass.
So I can actually there isn't a whole lot of grass. A lot of it is like rocky outcropping. It's mountainous region. You quite literally reach down and grab hold of the shadows below you. And pick them up like a slip of black velvet and throw it over yourself like a shroud. The children of Shargaz, of course, being able to actively interact with shadows twice a day. You throw your ball bearings in front of the horses. A few of them tumble to the ground, slipping very cartoonishly over these
Good.
ball bearings, and
Their legs are just like doing the.
and yep, some of them are like trying to balance on it. A searing beam of light just shoots across the battlefield. A good like 50 to 75% of them are just roasted. Caprog, an opportunity arises.
Oh, really?
The steed next to you, that one of them slips, both the two of them that were sliding past you, one of them gets roasted, but because of that, the other one is shielded from the blaze. The rider is absolutely caught. What do you do? There is currently an unmanned horse running past you. Do you choose to do anything?
Unmanned horse riding next to me. It seems with the current circumstances that the best thing I could possibly do would be to mount that horse, baby. Woo!
Please roll either an acrobatics check or an animal handling check.
You already know
Brock,
it's acrobatics.
You can still, even with a nat 1, all it is untangling these reins. They're stuck. You will succeed.
Well, maybe
like,
I got a nat 20.
Goo. And you're trying to like throw these reins off. I'll get to you in a second, Caprog.
I see. I thought you were still talking to me.
Boom, boom. The sound of hooves is approaching. You're just sweating. You're trying to like untangle these reins. It's basically like trying to untangle headphones. And you're just like, oh my god, how did this? Literally this wasn't even tangled when I got here.
Dad, help!
Thankfully, you aren't stampeded over. The edge of a beam of light does roast your body, though. You will specifically take just a strong 8 radiant damage. Not that bad. For 3d10, that's real low. Caprock, how did you do?
I got a nat 20.
Absolutely. The horse rides past you. The beam of light that was literally shot like over your head fades, and you just reach up, grab hold, and just throw yourself in its saddle. You're not even sitting. You're crouched, like kneeling.
Oh, that is sick. Like this.
Yeah, covered in blood and scorch marks. Please don't fall and hurt yourself, Grant. Exactly like that. You can basically, what I'm just going to say is you can basically just use your mount speed. What is your current speed?
30, baby.
That will go up to 50. So you are now considered mounted. I'm not going to go to the trouble of giving you stats for your mount. I'm just going to give you your mount speed.
Don't worry, I'm gonna kill it and use it for something else later anyways.
Yeah, fantastic. I love it. Brock, you do free the bat. Your body shielded it from the blast. You may now also choose to gain speed. Would you like to ride this
100%.
bat?
I mount the bat, and very quietly I
Hop
lean
on my
down
back,
and whisper,
Drew.
"Yeah."
You hear the bat. It looks back up at you and goes, "Whoa." And it's silently complete. You
They're
notice that this
bonding.
is a warbat of Shargaz.
Yeah.
It flaps completely silently. You will also. What is your current speed?
40.
It will go up to 50, and you can also use that as flying speed as well.
Nice.
Pyro would or not Pyro, Kakrog. Is that my name? Yes.
Yes.
Would like to gallop next to Pyro and do the whole like Pyro standing there. He gallops by. Pyro's no longer standing there and is now on the horse thing.
Yes.
That took me a second.
Yes, absolutely. Pyro's like, well, guess Kakrog's dead. And instead you look up to see Kakrog very majestically,
Crouching
white
on
and red
the
hair
saddle.
flowing in the wind behind him. Then Brock shoots up from the ground on the back of this flying warbat of Shargaz. One last obstacle stands in your way.
Okay.
Specifically, the Black Guard is beginning to regroup.
Oh no, not these
You
guys.
see approaching in a very formulaic, almost impossible to breach platoon or phalanx, kind of like a turtle formation of blackguard that is seeking to stop the Juggernaut and their group of shield bearers and spear bearers that are currently just absolutely charging through the lines, attempting to breach the magic wall and the doors beyond them. What would you like to do? And also, anyone now can once again roll a d4.
I kind of just want to do Erupting Earth again.
That's acceptable.
How many Blackguard are there regrouping? I'm assuming quite a few, right?
At least 20, if not more.
At least 20.
A large number.
Is there a leader?
Roll an insight check.
Okay.
I'll give you advantage. You're trained to do this.
Thank God. Thank God. Ooh, that's a lot better. Okay, that's a, dirty 20.
You think that you do see in the middle of these guards one that stands just a little bit taller, a little bit more regal. It appears as though not even like pinned to armor or anything like that, but full on like sealed onto his chest are metal badges that have been like pressed into and sealed into his flesh.
Okay.
You think that that would most likely be their leader.
Okay. Go ahead and ask Brock what he's doing, I guess, because I gotta think for a sec.
Hey, Brock. You have the option of doing something, or there is one last d4 to be rolled. Actually, you don't even need to roll it. You just need to tell me that you're rolling it.
I'm see big massive groups are not my specialty.
Not your
I'm
strong
thinking
suit.
I'm going to go with the D4.
Okay. Pyro. Once again, Erupting Earth. You don't need, as long as you mark off the spell slot, don't need to roll anything. You focus. You actually kneel down, put your hand to the ground. Once again, the tips of your hair light on fire, begin to raise slightly, and you send a beam of scorching light below, summoning the very power of volcanoes to break through the earth below. This massive explosion of dirt erupts in the center, using that dust to your advantage, Kakrog. What would you like to do?
Okay, hear me out. I have the ability called menacing, which is proficiency in the intimidation skill.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'd like to use this fog to just start kind of creeping around, and I know this might be pushing the bounds of a turn maybe a bit, but I'd love to start just maybe slashing heels. Just kind of moving along the line, just and so guys just start crying out and falling, and I want to roll intimidation.
Can you roll in attack roll and add your in additional, basically give yourself expertise in it, so you'll add your proficiency another time.
Okay, interesting. I love this. We are just bouncing back and forth off the cuff. What are rules?
The rules don't apply when I DM. I make my own rules.
I'm even gonna use my dagger, right? Because it's cool.
That's what you do.
So that will be an 18.
18, and you've added your proficiency a second time?
Yes.
Fantastic. That is easily good enough. You barely even hide. You want your presence to be known at this point in time. They're wiping the
heavy
dust
footsteps
from their eyes. Just to them, they have been flashbanged by this explosion of earth and dust around them. Some of them are lying there half dead. The others that are still kind of reeling from the blast. As their hearing begins to fade back in, they just hear the sound of 2 footsteps. Thump, thump. Crouching low, walking towards them, wielding your knife in front of you. As you walk, the ones that haven't seen you yet, you're eyeing the leader. You just slash to the side as you go. Men fall like wheat before your blade.
Yes.
As you approach them, the leader, an undead, not programmed to fear.
Oh.
Completely having that removed from their body, for a moment, they remember mortality. And in that moment, they turn and just run.
Whoa, hold on. Okay. And then
phalanx collapse.
And then Kakarog is standing as the dust dissipates. He just takes his blade and licks the blood off it as he watches them run.
It's delicious. As you're standing there, the Juggernaut and the surrounding guard swarm around you, you standing in the midst of your foes. Pyro, you standing nearby, still wreathed in glowing magic. They stampede past you, parting like a sea, like as though Moses himself has parted it. And they run past you. As they do, Brock. Mm-hmm. On the back of the Juggernaut stands the Plague Bearer, holding a censer that leaves this kind of grayish-green smoke around the group. You know what this censer is. It is a relic of Yurtris. It is vital. With the falling dust and smoke, as they briefly divert, a bolt rockets towards the Plague Bearer, hitting them just below the hand, not injuring them, but knocking the censer from their grasp. What do you choose to do?
Okay. So, seeing this, I am going to. I'm just gonna basically like how high up am I right now?
Where, however, you would like to be.
So I just seeing this, I just very quickly just nosedive just straight towards the artifact. Yeah. And would like to attempt to basically just swoop down and just kind of like lean over, like kind of like drift down, and just very gingerly like just pick it up. And you said was it one of the black guards that stole it, or were like it was...
no, just a random off chance arrow knocked it from the grasp of the Plague Bearer. The Plague Bearer is looking around like, oh shoot, this is necessary for the plan.
Yeah, I'll just pick it up. I'll like swoop down, pick it up, and then spiral back up, and then just kind of drop it right back into their hands.
Can you make either a sleight of hand check or an acrobatics check for me?
Okay. I will go with acrobatics.
Sounds good.
All right.
Oh, that's the first time I've seen him make a positive face.
That's a 24.
Excellent. You full on like barrel roll downwards in a perfect tight spiral, tucking in the wings and leaning down close, silent like a drop of rain. You fall from the sky, almost upside down. You level out, grab the censer, trailing that smoke behind you as you approach to give it to them. As you do, you notice an enemy mage fire some form of spell at you. The way that the censer works is it basically causes an anti-magic field while within the zone of what's it called? The smoke that comes out of censers. Incense.
Yeah.
But it is not a perfect anti-magic field. The damage is turned, and the magic is turned into direct damage to the wielder of the censer. Normally that would go to the Plague Bearer. It being within your grasp, it will go to you. Let me grab some dice real quick. You will take 22 damage. This is force damage.
That's a lot of damage.
This you see now is a fireball, which to you just looks like the whole sun with how close it is. It hits kind of the dome created by the censer's smoke, fully washes over you and the group, encasing you in a sphere of flames. And then it gets sucked into the smoke and into the censer and then into your arm as tendrils of like purplish, clear, misty magic reach up all the way to your neck, leaving those scars permanently on your arm.
Nice.
Sick.
Metal.
You hand the censer off back to the Plague Bearer.
Question.
Yes.
Did I see which mage did that?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. After I go back up, you could tell me if I can't do this. I would like to also use my orcish ability to vanish within the shadows.
Yes.
And then I'm just gonna pick up that mage and fly him up and then drop him.
Yeah, this is absolute. This mage is like, I'm gonna do it. Fireball. I've studied for years for this, and then it just gets absorbed, and they're like, impossible. A whole bat disappears, and they're like, what? What is? And then suddenly they're like 110 feet in the air, and then they're falling. And they're like, why have I not prepared Featherfall? Boom! Splat! Like a bug.
Wizard ever.
Every single time. They probably weren't even wizard. They're probably a bard that chose Fireball as their spell that they could learn from another spell thing.
In my mind, this is a wizard from a different podcast. I don't know why, but this just happened to be a wizard from some podcast somewhere.
They're like,
that
this
forgot to
DM
prepare
is so
Featherfall.
jank. Like, I can't believe that they would do that when they know I don't have Featherfall prepared.
Yeah.
There wasn't even a saving throw. I can't believe it was instantaneous.
You just
4 out of
reached
10 DM.
through the internet and enacted your will on somebody else's character.
Hey, Dungeoneers,
Congratulations.
if you're ever watching another D&D stream and you see some poor bard get dropped from 110 feet in the air by a bat, you know it was me.
It
It was me the whole time. There are no more obstacles.
Nice.
You are next to the commander. You have the ability. You see prowling in front of the commander. There are what were once probably bipedal creatures, but have been so hunched and deformed that they now prowl around on all 4 limbs, elongated, thin, slender arms that end in 3 or 4 clawed fingers. And their head, where it should be, is just an open maw with tentacles that search and reach around it, gnashing. They seem to have some form of sentience, but whatever it is horribly corrupted. Next to them stands the commander. You make eye contact with the commander, and all he does is point at you. Immediately, those 2 kind of bipedal creatures are unleashed off of their chains and sprint at you. I would like everyone to roll initiative.
Oh,
Oh,
let's go.
snap.
Let's go. Oh, this is a little nerve-wracking. These seem like difficult foes.
25 to
Anybody
20.
with me?
I'm with you.
Alright, good.
19 to 15.
16.
19.
Okay. Below that, Kakrog, where are you?
10.
Excellent. Brock, you will go first.
Okay. Brock is not looking great.
Yeah, Brock's.
So, what I would
You
like
just
to
took a
do,
whole fireball up your arm, dude.
like
Like a
okay, so
straw.
we have 2 of these bipedal thingies.
Yeah, 2 of them.
Okay, I am going to fly down. Do I happen to still have my shadows on me when this happens?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I'll let it be.
Okay, I would like to stealthily swoop down and land behind one of them as they're approaching Pyro and Kakrog.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna make an attack.
Absolutely. This will be a disadvantage. They have no idea that you're there.
Lovely. And are they both like they're like next to each other?
Yeah, they can be.
Okay,
If that's advantageous for you.
that would be lovely. First attack. Okay, and to clarify,
With advantage.
yes, that's right. Ooh, okay, great. That's really good. Okay, so that is a plus 8, a 24 to hit.
24.
Or
Absolutely
26 to hit,
hits.
actually.
I'm going to
great.
tell you right now, what you're looking for armor class wise is a 15.
Great.
So,
And then I'm going to attempt. Let's see. I want to make sure because it's been a hot second since I've played a monk.
but this
great.
is my favorite part of the paper dungeon.
I'm
I've
gonna
missed this.
spend a key point
Yep,
to do a stunning strike on him.
I like it. It has to make a con save.
A con save, yes.
Sounds groovy. What am I looking to beat?
A DC 14.
It does not succeed.
Nice. So that one is stunned until the end of my next turn,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to attack the other one.
Yep.
Do I still have advantage by chance?
No.
No, I figured.
Not anymore.
Okay.
Ran out of
that
luck.
is
Roll a D4.
15 to hit.
15 to hit. Yeah, that's the DC. That's the AC that you need to hit.
And then
How much damage did the first one do? I need that.
Oh yes. I forgot to do that. That is going to be pretty good. 10 points of damage.
And that's such a nice even number that's easy for me to subtract things with. Awesome.
And
You're attacking
then
the other
You
one?
know, Drew.
and then the
he's
other one that was a
math
15 to
guy.
hit, and I will attempt another stunning strike on this one as
Yep.
well.
On save, that will be a 15.
That'll do it.
15 succeeds? Okay.
And then
How much damage on that?
that is another 9 points of damage.
Nice. Much
Not
less
as easy to
yeah.
subtract.
And
Anything else on your
then
turn?
I will use. So that was action. In theory, a bonus action. So then what am
Don't
I?
you have 2 attacks? You have extra attack because you're level 5, don't you?
Oh, that's right. I do have an extra action. So that means I have a bonus action. That's perfect.
That's what I'm pretty sure you should have a bonus action. Right?
Okay, great. Then as a bonus action, I'm going to
Roll a D4.
well, I'd like to
What
get
are
some
you gonna
distance
do,
from
Brock?
You could roll
myself.
a d4 if you'd like.
I'd like to get some distance from myself and these guys, because I'm hurting real bad.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to spend another key point to disengage
Yep.
as a bonus action, and then yeah, just
Fly straight up. Absolutely. Hey, Pyra, I know that you want to. Could you roll a d4 for me? This isn't an opportunity. It's just for fun.
3.
Fantastic. It is also your turn if that is the end of Brock's.
yes, it is.
Excellent. Well, what would you like to do on your turn? I'll tell you what.
Is Sparky still guarding me?
Yeah, Sparky is still absolutely guarding you.
All right, Sparky's gonna do his thing. However, you're gonna have him do his thing.
Sounds good.
I'm going to use my action to summon my wildfire spirit,
Awesome.
and then I'm going to use my bonus action. Well, first of all, so when I'm gonna summon it. There's 2 of them, right?
Yes, one of them is currently stunned.
Okay. I'm gonna have it appear next to the stunned one.
Sounds good.
So it will need to make a Dex saving throw.
Awesome.
I'm pretty sure a stunned creature automatically fails those.
I'm not sure if that's true. That will be a 23 on the save. I will double check.
Automatically fails strength and dexterity saving throws.
Oh, in that case, yes, it does.
Yes, and they're gonna take 2d6 damage, fire damage.
Come on.
So that'll be 9 fire damage.
Nice.
And then I'm going to use my bonus action to command it to do Flame Seed on the other one. So it's going to
Awesome.
make a ranged attack to
And
do
one more
that.
time, what was the damage on
9.
the 9? Sounds, man, you just really wanted to make me have to do weird math.
One away from easy math.
I know, you would think that it would be easier, it's
Uh,
harder.
We could just
And
round
this
up every
one.
time, Aaron.
No.
Is my spell attack modifier. Okay, so that'll be a 22 to hit.
Excellent.
And then that'll deal. Dub.
And this is going against the other one that isn't stunned?
Yes.
Sounds good.
And that one is gonna get 5 plus 3. It's gonna get 8 fire damage.
Awesome. Nice.
Carry the one.
Just so you know, that D4 was determined to determine what orcish hero happens to be fighting nearby. You see Doff the Chaos Fist, one of the members of the almost monk arts that fights under the name of Luthic, where most monks find their power in peace. These orcs find their power and peace through chaos. They are better while surrounded by enemies, coated in the blood of those that fear them, just punching wildly.
That's so flippin' epic.
Is that the end of your turn, Pyro? I assume that it is.
That is, yes.
Fantastic. Kakarot, it's your turn.
This turn, once again, starts with an important question. Are these things big enough to swallow a horse whole?
No.
All right.
No.
Well, that's okay. We can still work with it.
Did you want them to be big enough to swallow a horse whole?
I wanted that.
I'm down to body, horror it up.
Well, here's what...
Are you trying to cram this horse down this monster's throat?
Well, here's what I was thinking. What better place to deal damage than from the inside? So this is my plan, right? Slice open the belly of the horse, crawl inside the horse, Luke style, right? Have the horse eaten by the thing.
Okay.
Get potentially advantage just to stab in a direction, although I know I might be grappled, and then get advantage.
Okay.
And
so
deal extra damage.
I can't fit the whole horse in this monster. I will allow you to
all right.
alone be eaten by this monster.
I have a plan B.
Also,
right?
Grant, you do also have advantage on the one that's just stunned.
There is the one that's stunned, so you can just attack it and have advantage.
Yeah, you're right. Okay. Can I bonus?
"Aw."
Wait, hold on. Can I bonus action take my hooded lantern and smash it on the back of the horse and slap its butt at the second one?
Yeah, I'll let the horse do a trample attack towards the one that isn't stunned.
And it's just on fire. And then I want to attack.
This is a war horse.
I want to attack the stunned one.
Okay.
Oh gosh. I don't like animal cruelty, by the way. This is strictly fiction.
This isn't your horse.
That's still not right. I'm gonna roll to attack now. I'm just gonna use my short sword.
Please do the thing.
Oh gosh. All right, dirty 20.
Awesome. Now you hit, and also they have not taken a turn yet, so this does count as a crit for you.
Wait, but I think it has to be surprised for that.
You have. I can double check.
I can as well. You have advantage on attack rolls against any creature that hasn't taken a turn in the combat yet, and any hit you score against a creature that is surprised is a critical hit.
Oh,
So
okay. Yeah.
I just get advantage if they have not gone. So I will
That's
go
fair.
ahead and roll normal damage. 5.
I would have
Nine.
given the horse a crit if it would have hit, because
Oh,
if anything,
It didn't hit.
that was the most surprising thing that any person on this battlefield has seen for a very
a
long
horse
time.
on fire running at you full speed.
No, but
that's-
that's not the weird thing. The weird thing is that you chose to do that.
Okay.
That's what's garnering the surprise here.
That's kind of meta because it had 16 damage.
16 damage.
I love
And
it
you
because
added
nobody
sneak
in
attack
our
to that?
audience, nobody here, nobody in the history of the Earth could have seen that coming. Also, the people on the battlefield. That's why it's meta.
Yes.
Thank you.
And
I end my
and that was
TED
with
talk.
sneak attack damage, right?
Okay.
Awesome.
16.
It is now the creature's turn. One of them is stunned. The other one is going to attempt to do something. It will. It'll just run up to, let's see, probably Brock, because it doesn't have to move that far. It turns on
Like it.
Brock. It will make.
Brock flew up in the air.
Oh shoot! You're right. I completely forgot about that. In that case, screw that. It's attacking Kakarot.
I accept it.
The horse runs past, doesn't care.
Poor
Kakarot,
thing. Yeah.
first attack against you.
I just slashed this thing with my short sword.
Does a
I'm standing there
15
victoriously.
hit.
Yes.
Okay, excellent. Let's see, that'll deal
What is he hitting me with exactly?
a claw. One of those long, spindly arms whips out at you.
Ooh.
And then that
Stay tuned.
numbers.
The damage will happen soon.
That'll
Don't
be a
leave,
total
please.
of 23 damage.
Oh my.
Oh,
Oh gosh. He is
yeah?
not looking good.
Okay,
dude.
but you're still
That went
conscious?
right through his armor, by the way. Yeah. Still
Okay, great.
conscious. Right through his armor. You just is it like claws? So I assume claw marks all up on his back.
Yep, second attack.
Oh no.
Don't
Well,
worry,
this
don't worry. I
automatically
rolled a
got
nat 1 on
worse.
that. Critical fail. The first one is with the claw. The second one, it just tries to just wholly encase you in its mouth. But you
Mhm.
manage to just turn to the side, and the like tentacles close, like you just stand like perfectly, and they just move right around you.
Because this is what happened. I was reeling so badly in utter pain
Yeah.
that it missed.
Oh! As a bonus action on his turn, I'll need all of you to make well, actually not all of you. Brock, you're clear. Could you make an intelligence saving throw, Kakarog and Pyro?
Oh boy.
Intelligence, the strongest ability of these peoples.
Dirty 20.
Nice. How you doing there, Kakarog?
10.
10. That's not enough. You will be considered incapacitated for 1 minute. You can make another save at the end of your turn. Incapacitated just means that you can't take actions or reactions. You can still
What
move.
exactly happened?
The creature opens its mouth to the sky and lets out a screaming burst that you realize is actually psychic, and it enters into your mind, rattles around in there, and you're like, Pyro, you
This is
just
not
stare it in the face and go, and just flex and twitch your eye, and the mental interference is completely cast off. At the top of the round, you feel a very strange sensation. Now that you have entered into combat with these people, and by proxy the commander, that now means that the commander of your own, aka Kogan, the Cursed Eye, can now directly intervene with their positioning. So all three of you and the people that you are fighting are teleported to the back lines, and you see Kogan is standing there, sword at side, and straight up, Gorza, you're not sure where Gorza shows up from, but he just stabs the commander in the back. It is back to the top of the round. Brock, you are exactly in the same position, just like a mile back. So you are still 50 feet above them. You're like, I did not expect this. What would you like to do on your turn?
Okay, so I'm going to fly down. I assume the one that was stunned, they're still currently stunned, actually.
Oh yeah, still stunned.
Is not looking great.
I mean, it's not looking as good as the other one, which isn't to say by much.
Okay. I'm gonna fly down to that one.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm gonna attack him twice.
Do it. Wah wah. Wah wah.
So you can have advantage. Well, that's still gonna miss though.
That's a bummer.
Rolled a 2 and a 4.
That's not equal to a 15 by the end of it.
Second attack.
Yep. Punch.
Come on, Brock.
Actually, it's
Focus,
one.
man.
Staff.
Okay.
Focus.
So that is 23 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit easy.
Great.
Get that fourth name, buddy. Get that fourth name. El nombre de cuatro.
Nice. Okay, so that is another 10 points of damage.
Fantastic. I love when you take all that time to do math, but it's really easy to subtract.
And then
That's what I
I'm
appreciate
going
as a DM.
to
Thank you.
I'm gonna use my my last key point.
Yeah.
To do a flurry of blows.
Yeah. That's the one. Punch, punch, kick, kick. Line them up. 2 attacks as a bonus action with your
Way to be
fists.
monk, Brock.
Okay, that is a 15 to hit.
15 will absolutely hit. That's the exact AC.
Oof. 6 points of damage on that one.
Awesome.
Okay. Ooh. Okay. That's a 26 to hit on the second flurry of blows.
Let him up.
And that's another 7 points of damage.
7. Still up.
Yep. It is.
I should also say, now that you've moved to a different position, there's one last orcish hero that you see nearby.
Yes, I love these.
Currently standing next to the remaining Tanar that have not yet entered the fray, you see Verileth the Unbloodied, wearing literally 5 shields and no other clothing. It's just 5 large shields tied to their body.
It's just really big plate armor.
Yeah, it's like one shield covers from shoulder to below hand on both arms. One shield is just tied to the front of them, another shield is tied to the back of them, and then they do have a detachable shield that they can grab if they want.
Now that's anime.
No one's sure how Verileth is named the Unbloodied, because he gets injured often. You're honestly not sure. You're not sure if he's known for heroic deeds and like being really good, or if it's like, oh look, that's a person that's really easy to recognize, and that's the only reason that they're well known.
Branding.
Finally, I will use my adrenaline rush to dash as a bonus action.
Nice.
And I will again fly up and away.
Fantastic. Yep. The one is still stunned, so you're good to go. That will be Pyro. The one that Brock was attacking is not looking good.
Okay. That's the one that's stunned, right?
It is no longer stunned.
It's no longer stunned. Okay.
Because it is the end of Brock's turn. So it is like shaking its head. It doesn't know what has happened in the past 6 seconds.
Yeah, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna use my action to poison spray. I'll get within 10 feet of that one.
Fantastic.
And poison spray. So that'll be a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution saving throw. Let me roll in the
What sound does it make, Pyro?
So Pyro's poison spray is a bit different. It's not like poison.
Mm-hmm.
Is it a 15?
It's a 14.
It's a 14. Meets it, beats it.
Gotcha.
So never mind. You don't get to know what her poison spray is.
What?
And then it was gonna be really sick. It was gonna be essentially smoke, and it, like that kind of deal. But no, it got blown away. So then I'll use my bonus action to command my
Fire Spirit friend.
Fire Spirit. Is Sparky doing anything?
Oh shoot! Yeah, I completely forgot Sparky. You reminded me of it, and I was like, yeah, Sparky. Immediately left my mind. Sparky is part Blink Dog. So they literally just teleport above the one that is stunned, land on its back, and just start like tearing it to shreds. I will make a couple attacks for Sparky.
Ah, no.
While
Buzz
Sparky does
droids.
that, the other one, the Wildfire Spirit, is going to do its
You got it.
flame seed at.
Do you even blink, dog?
Yeah, it's a natural 20.
Nice. Also, Sparky's doing great on the whole attack thing. Its
Sparky!
mouth fully rotates like a blender.
Yes.
Like
Sparky.
it is detached from the body, and it literally bores through the creature partially.
Oh my gosh! It's like that scene in Larry Boy when he gets in the
covered
mobile that...
with like this purple viscous like ink-like blood, and it looks up, it meets eyes, and then it just blinks away. So we are free to do whatever without potentially endangering Sparky.
Okay, and then since I only got within 10 feet, I'm gonna use the rest of my movement to move away, but I still need to do the flame seed damage.
Fantastic.
Okay, so that's an initial 9, and then another 7, so 16.
16.
Almost easy
Awesome.
math.
Do you want to narrate how you kill this one, or do you want me to do it?
Let's
Or
go.
do you want to do a combined thing? How do you want to go?
You do it. I like your
Okay,
storytelling.
Sparky, like appears above, gnaws through the shoulder, and then like blinks away. Immediately you're like, gas, and it literally it coughs and it blows it away in the wind, and you're like, that was just, you've activated my trap card. And then immediately your fire spirit turns. Instead of like throwing a seed of fire, it literally just walks into the creature's space, fully engulfs it in flame, and then devours it whole, so there's not even ash remaining.
I love it.
You
love
straight
it.
up like scorpion
Nice.
fatality
Nice.
this creature.
Blinky
There is
boy.
still one remaining.
Blinky
um,
boy. Blinky boy.
Caprock.
Blinky boy.
You're there. You're present. You're
Oh,
in
me?
pain. I need you to roll an intelligence saving throw at the end of your turn.
Oh no. Okay. Oh, ho, how the tables have turned. That's a 24.
Fantastic. You shake off the mental thing. You won't be able to act this turn. You could
That's
move
okay.
if you would like to.
Okay. I will move. Ooh, the thing disappeared. Is there anything for me to hide behind that's close enough where I could make it?
You wouldn't be able
or-
to hide because that would require an action or bonus action from you.
Oh, right.
Um,
You're right.
But you can
But I can
probably
move.
shift into a better position to grant like flanking or something from Brock and Pyro.
Now I do have the Skulker feat. So if
Mhm.
oh, it says I can try to hide if I am lightly obscured.
Yep.
So could I at least get behind something, not try to hide currently?
You could do that. You would leave its range.
Okay, then in that case, let me just get a little closer to my allies. I don't want to lose.
Okay,
I don't want
fantastic.
to lose range. That's all
that
I'll
will
do.
be the remaining.
Sorry,
Oh.
can I grant flanking for anybody?
Yeah, that's what I said that you was a thing that you could do.
Oh, perfect. I'll do that. Sorry.
This is the creature's turn. It sees its companion get absolutely roasted, literally. It will just try. Look, you're right there, Caprog. You're just there. You were stunned. You were like mentally
I
messed
know.
up a little
I'm an
bit.
easy
You're
target.
just, you're
I'm
fresh.
probably
You're hungry. You're there.
I'm probably
uh,
like limping and hunched over, and I'm in a lot of pain here.
That will be a natural 20.
Oh no!
That's okay, Grant. You have relentless endurance. This is the
Ah,
time for the
yes.
nat 20
So-
to hit you.
Oh yeah. So you just saw Kakrog. I just want to make this clear. He gets slashed in the back, right? The other thing misses. He is out of it. He finally comes to. He looks at you guys. He gives you guys a thumbs
Now,
up.
hold
he
on, how much
limps
health you at?
around, and then
How much
3.
health are you at?
Oh yeah, if this
3.
insta kills you,
Okay.
that's interesting.
three.
No,
I'm
it
at
doesn't.
3 health.
instant-kill,
Okay.
But it does fully encase you in its mouth,
He's just standing there.
and
Like,
so you, and you're like, no, and you open your eyes, and you, "Ah!" and you're just fully inside of this creature's mouth.
have you seen, you know that scene from Captain America when he's in that thing and the light happens and then he's yelling? That's what's happening, but I'm inside the mouth and there's no light.
I will also need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Okay. 11.
Oh shoot, dog! Oh,
I
that's
know.
not good, buddy.
This is really bad. You just hear him go inside this.
It's so like muffled.
Yeah. The creature's eyes are
you
open
take
wide. Like, what
8
is
psychic
happening?
damage.
8 psychic?
I have a question. Does that mean that
Hey.
you're reduced to 0?
Yeah, but I can use my relentless thing. Relentless
Did
endurance.
you already
which...
use your relentless endurance on the first attack?
Yeah.
Ooh, how much did the first attack do?
More than 3 hit points.
Then yes, I did.
Okay. So, you feel
Uh-oh.
it.
2 failures.
No, you feel it encase your body, and you're like, I will remain. And then you feel a scraping at your scalp.
No, stop right now.
And you may or may not realize at this
My
point in
beautiful
time that this
hair.
is something akin to a vampiric mind flare.
Oh, no.
And you feel some scraping. You're like, oh, that's not good. And then you just instantly die.
Holy crap!
Well, that's
Hey,
unfortunate.
Grant, I think you needed to save that wisdom save.
That's what you get for didn't you set a
This
horse
is
on fire?
karma for the horse.
I mean, I set a lot of horses on
This is
fire. but it
absolutely
was different.
horse karma.
You know what? I did set a horse on fire.
You soloed a horse out.
That horse is probably
I mean,
still
you had
burning.
something
Yeah.
to-
Let's
This
be honest
horse
here.
whinnies in victory as it's still alive.
Let's be honest here. None of us expected these characters to live anyway.
you know, in the Olympics when somebody carries the torch, this horse is
Now the
doing
torch.
that.
In the
Well, I
next one
suppose
shot, Grant's going to be playing a horse.
There's still hope for me.
Yeah, there's still
Right.
hope. I believe.
I'd like to say,
You're
but
dead,
for the time
so-
being, I might as well probably hop off here. Can I have last words?
Don't leave.
No, don't leave. You will have chance for last words. Trust me on this. Just
Oh,
Oh
Well,
wow,
well,
that's real unfortunate. I do have Revivify, but I
I'll
don't have
just-
any spells.
oh man,
I'll
we're out
just
of
sit
spells.
back.
Oh, that
I'll just sit
sucks.
back and watch you guys. I'll hush up, right?
This is
we'll have a grand old
back
time.
to the top. Brock.
Uh-huh.
It
Kakarot
is you.
just got devoured.
Yeah, Kakarot is now loosely hanging from this creature's mouth.
I feel bad for him. Slightly. I look down, I just say, and then
Brock beckons and bows to a Kakarot in a symbol of reverence.
I'm 50 feet up in the air, right?
Yep.
This thing is right below me.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Can I take out I just want to, let's see, do I have any can I I don't really have anything sharp because I have a staff. But I also have some darts.
Yeah, you got him.
Can I can I take my staff and some darts out and wrap it around the top of the staff to make an
spear,
an improv spear?
I will totally allow you to make a spear.
And then I take it, I pat the war bat and very quietly I say, well done, and I just swan dive off the end and it just
The bat flaps off to engage in the fight in the distance.
just literally just head first,
Yep.
just with the
You
spear out.
plummet. Please make an attack roll with advantage. It's definitely surprised. Let's see. You are falling 50 feet.
Uh-huh.
Now you have slow fall,
I do.
which means that you can reduce your own damage by some amount.
Yes.
Please make an attack roll against the creature and also roll the thing that reduces your damage by some amount.
Okay, let me look at that.
It's like 1d10 plus monk level or something like that.
Okay, so slow fall. You can a user action when you fall to reduce any fall damage you take by 25.
Oh, awesome. In that case, you will take 9 falling damage.
Oh, oh, dang it, that's barely enough to make me fall unconscious.
I will still allow you to
No.
finish this attack.
Okay.
What a gracious DM today.
So with one
I say
attack with
as I am
advantage.
Yep. Okay. Words.
This is the time.
20
This is a podcast.
to
20 something.
to hit.
Awesome. Please roll your attack damage. This will use a spear, which I just use a d8 of piercing.
Okay, great.
You got 2 hands at least.
Okay, that is 8 points of damage.
Excellent. That is 8 plus 34 points of damage.
Nice.
Look, when my players decide to fall from the sky, I reward them.
And as I
that.
crash down and land to my feet, and I begin to see the darkness take me.
Yep.
I will use my relentless endurance to stand back up.
Fantastic.
And for the first time ever, you just hear Brock scream out.
This is the loudest Brock has ever been. It's terrifying.
DM, can I make my extra attack?
I will absolutely continue on with your turn. You've got 1 hit point left. You're good.
Yes. Let's go.
Okay, great. I've got 1 hit point. Love it.
Please try to avoid my limp body.
Oh no, it's too late for that now. It's swaying in the wind. An arrow has just a misfired arrow has hit you in the side.
Oh my gosh! Right where the ballista went. It's just
it's
vanished into my
further
body.
inside of you.
So
Oh
that is. I assume I just left my staff like in its body.
Yeah. And now you're just going in.
Yeah, I'm just going in. So that is a 17 to hit.
Yeah, it'll hit.
Okay, that's 8 points of damage.
8 points of damage.
And then I will use a bonus action to hit, attack one more time.
Do it. Make that attack roll.
That's a 19 to hit.
19 to hit.
And that is another 9 points of damage.
9 points of damage. Hey, Drew, I've got a question for you. If you were to kill this thing, how would you want to kill it?
Yes,
Brock.
I look. How do you want to do this? As trademark
Avenge
fight,
me.
critical
As he plummets down, his spear landing in the back of this creature, and then as he lands and recovers to his feet, he actually, with his first attack, kicks it in the back of the knee, bringing it down before he actually vaults himself up, re-grabs the spear, and pushes it further in and breaks the spear through its neck.
Awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, you plunge from the sky, and perform a spine transplant, fully just replacing its backbone with your spear.
That's so metal. That's like in Mortal Kombat.
It's pretty grody. You absolutely
crap.
slay this thing. Kakarot, you are still sealed in its mouth, so you're just kind of swaying in the wind as this thing is now sealed in its upright position. Sparky does appear and begin gnawing on its leg. But you have successfully dispatched these two guards of the commander. The commander is currently being, putting up not bad of a fight. Against 2 Tanar alone is pretty tough regardless. You see Kogan and Gorzo working in perfect teamwork. A wicked long pointed spear in the hands of Kogan, just repeatedly jabbing in, finding purchase on the body. And then every once in a while, stepping in and out of the shadows, you will see Gorza slashing tendons, making scrapes, just all around being an annoyance, and then finding every once in a while purchase deep within the body of this undead commander. For a brief moment, you're just like, this is sick. And then a ripple of pale energy washes over the battlefield as one of your other Tanar, specifically Umlasha, the Tanar of Luthik, invokes her battlefield ability. For those of you who don't know, all of the Tanar, when in combat with more than 1,000 creatures, have abilities granted to them by their gods. Umlasha's is the ability to any creature that is designated within a set amount of range that has died within the past minute is resurrected at half health. Kakarot, you've died within the past minute.
I did. That was me. I died.
So you wake up. The final blow is dealt to this undead commander. You're currently attempting to pry yourself out of this mouth. You're like, you can get like an arm out. You're like, you chest burst out of this thing's body.
Oh my gosh.
Narrate how the end of this battle goes. For those of you who have seen episode 70, you know how the end is. The orcs and the allies and the rebels are victorious. But for these 3 souls, these newborn commanders who will play vital roles in the Orcish army in the future, you are raised on the shields of your allies, thrown high into the air, and your tales are told among the ranks, and you are all gifted new names.
Let's
Kakrog,
go.
you are now also known as Kakrog the Devoured.
That's
Pyro.
so metal.
You are now known as the one who blinks. Strange, but you think that it came from Sparky. You're not sure why. And Brock, you are now known as Brock the Lightning Rider.
Yeah.
All 3 of you are granted new names, new positions, and can storm the battlefield as you please, wiping out whatever remains of the enemies, or just maybe taking a nap because you're pretty tired. You've successfully accomplished your goal. The army is victorious for the most part. Those who are important live. Those who are necessary to die have died. Congratulations. You have broken through in the Siege of Athala.
And then the music plays, Bennett, 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 and then there's like money falling from the sky. Everybody's cheering. You want?
And then it also turns into like that 80s movie kind of thing where it's like, Brock went on to become a doctor.
Yeah, it's like scenes from the actual fight, and then it freezes, and
Kakrog
text shows up.
Died in a ditch 3 years later.
Oh no. Okay, hold on. But I have an important question. So this is canonical to the fight of Sleeping Athala. So I'm curious, and just so we can set it in stone, from the beginning of the siege started, so when the orcs were deployed, to this point where I assume this is pretty much the point of no return, right? Like the orcs are going to infiltrate the city.
Yeah.
We've pretty much won. Now it's just wiping out the city. How many hours or how much time has passed?
I would say that probably about 3 to 4 hours with you crossing that battlefield.
That is so sick.
Also, I should also mention, although you are resurrected, your body isn't necessarily healed. So you do have a like 4-inch circle bored in the top of your head that is just open access to your brain now.
I keep it
you
that
just
way.
live with that. That's just a thing that you have. Perhaps one day Kakrog will gain another name. Perhaps Kakrog the Skullless or something along those lines. But that will be a tale for another day. I am going to call this one shot here tonight. Thank you, my players, for participating in this journey.
Thank you, Aaron.
I love that.
I hope that you all had fun.
For the DMing.
Thank you, Dungeoneers, for stopping in to watch this. I know that it isn't exactly the main campaign,
but it's pretty close.
We're getting closer.
We're doing our best. We are pretty dang quick. I would check for main campaign stuff. There's a high chance that it could be next Monday. It may be earlier. So keep an eye on our Discord. If you're not already in it, get in it. Because who knows? We may do some main campaign stuff this Thursday, depending on how we need to do things and stuff like that. Also keep an eye out because it is quickly approaching Halloween season, which means Between the Rows, Sins of the Father will be approaching at some point in time.
Aaron, say it with the voice, Aaron. Say it with the voice.
Between the Rows, Sins of the Father.
This thing is so sick.
So keep an eye on that for that. We have a ton of fun content. Thank you everyone who supports us. If you want to support us more, go Patreon, donations, subscribe, do all that things, smash that like button, leave a comment down below.
Merch, baby.
Also, easier, just tell a friend.
Thank you to those who sent us stuff.
Yes, thank you for the gifters.
Thank
we
you
love
for the
your
gifts.
It's freaking sick.
It's really awesome.
I opened my thing and looked at everything, and it's
if
so
you
cool.
want to participate in the gifting of gifts, go to Grant's stream where he has his PO box listed.
Philo Grant, PHILO Grant. I stream Minecraft there in my about section. There's a PO
also
box.
Follow Grant. He's really funny. Follow Lydia. Lydia also streams every once in a while. We're going to be doing more of that as we eventually get moved into the actual location and stuff.
From gifted subs to physical gifts.
Yes,
our Dungeoneers go above and beyond.
Of course, we are not requiring this of you. If you do this, this is of your own choice. We are not forcing this upon you. Please make it of your own choice and free will.
Wow, not
Don't-
much of a shiller today,
Don't
Aaron.
throw yourself into destitution. All right, that's what I'm trying to say. Don't run yourself into the ground.
The paper dungeon is about having fun and making friends, not going
Yes.
broke. Keep that in mind.
Yes.
We're the only
Now, if
ones
you
allowed
want
to
to go broke
here.
for us, I can't stop you. But I can just advise against it. I could do more plugs,
bankruptcy.
but we have got some stuff to do tonight, and we've got a lot of work to do tomorrow. So I'm going to leave you off with, you guessed it, the thing that we say every single time. We should probably put it on some merch.
Adios,
Good luck
Dungeoneers.
and Godspeed, everyone. We will see you next time, Dungeoneers. It has been a blast.
He said it.
Baby, this is what we're here for.
Well done.